Alright, good morning everyone, and today we're going to be doing top to bottom analysis on Palantir. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Palantir, Palantir, Palantir Technologies Incorporated, starting on the weekly time frame. So as usual, we'll start by identifying our support and resistance levels, which we collectively refer to as zones. Support and resistance levels on higher time frame are collectively known as zones. So this is our all-time high, and this here is a weekly zone. Technically, it's a weekly support level, but for the sake of uniformity, we call it a zone since we're on a higher time frame. So these are weekly zones. They're support and resistance levels, but we call them weekly zones. So let's duplicate this. So here we have another weekly zone here, and then we have another weekly zone here. And I think we can draw a trend line. We can draw a trend line like this, but this trend line is not valid. So delete that. And let's go down to the daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we'll do the exact same thing. We'll identify trend lines. We'll identify any trend lines that we can identify, and identify our zones, and then we'll identify our trend origin. So from here, we can already see, let's raise it. Can already draw a trend line across those 2 points. So this is going to be my daily trend line. This is my daily trend line. And then let's identify our daily zone. So this is a daily zone. Yes. I have another daily zone here. And we have another daily zone here. Okay, so now that we've identified our daily trend line, now that we've identified our trend line and our zones on the weekly time frame and the daily time frame, the next thing for us to do is to identify our trend origin, which is obviously here, because price has been in a downtrend since price hits this trend line for a second time. So this is our trend origin. Wait, spelled it correctly. That's our trend origin. And then our market structure will look like this. We have an impulsive, a correctional, we have an impulsive, a correctional, we have an impulsive. This looks like it might be a new correctional, but it's a little bit too early to tell. But still, we should be expecting a correctional to be followed by a new impulsive. So the next thing after identifying our market structure, okay, we're not actually done identifying the market structure. Now we have to identify our swing highs and our swing lows. So this is my, since it's a downtrend, this is my lower high. Let's make it blue. These are my lower highs, and then these are my my lower lows. Let's make them red. So since price is currently in an impulsive move, let's switch to the 4 time frame first. So this is, if we use the line chart, we have a W, which is probably a good indicator. If we use the line chart, we have a W, which is probably a good indicator. Seems I actually missed one. It should be a level here. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so let's highlight this point. Let's make it blue, and then this point. Now let's go down to the H1 time frame. So when it comes to patterns that appear here, we don't really, we have a price, spike like this, and then price gets caught in a range. Excuse me. So we have a price spike and then price gets caught in a range. Well, here we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We have this, we have this, we have this. So this is a head and shoulders pattern. So at the point where price switches from a correctional phase to an impulsive move on Palantir technologies, I can't actually find any chart patterns that appear commonly. So since I can't find any chart patterns that appear commonly, or even just general price movements, then well, that means entry trades are not really so easy. So it's usually better for me not to bother. So as for Palantir technologies, we are not entering any position on Palantir technologies. We're just leaving it. So that's it for top to bottom analysis on Palantir technologies.